So for example, like Bitcoin relies on basically two major cryptographic schemes. One is the digital signature scheme, right? Because every time when you send tokens out, you have to digitally sign your transaction in order to show that you have the ownership of it. The second thing is basically the hash function, the cryptographic hash function. We call it the SHA hash function. And the hash function is mainly used on the digital signature scheme and also for the proof of work consensus protocol. So these two are basically like the fundamental of Bitcoin system or a blockchain system. So Bitcoin is making use of ECDSA, elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, and which is vulnerable to quantum CRQC, the powerful enough quantum computer. So what it means is that if we apply an algorithm which was invented 32 years ago, back to 1994, by the MIT professor called Shaw, then if you have a powerful quantum computer, you can actually just apply that algorithm and then break the ECDSA. Breaking ECDSA means that if you have a public key, then you can reverse it to get the private key. So what does that mean for Bitcoin is that, say, if you send a transaction out, send some Bitcoin out, which means your public key is already on the ledger, on the blockchain system. So your public key will be on the blockchain system and hackers can basically reverse your public key back to the private key. And then the hacker basically owns your wallet. So that's disaster. And if you look into Bitcoin, the first type of Bitcoin addresses, I mean, what Satoshi Nakamoto was using at that time, we call it the P2PK, pay to public key, which basically means that the public key is on the blockchain system. So everybody can just go and download a full copy of the Bitcoin network, I mean the Bitcoin ledger, and then you can actually see the public key of Satoshi Nakamoto. So imagine if you were the hacker, you already got the Satoshi Nakamoto's public key, and then you know Satoshi Nakamoto has 1.1 million BTC in that wallet address. What will you do? As a hacker, what you would do is to just get access to a quantum computer and then get the public key from the ledger of Bitcoin and reverse it so that you get the private key of Satoshi Nakamoto. Basically, you own the wallet of Satoshi Nakamoto. So if you extend this kind of concept, and then just think about right now, Bitcoin has altogether 21 million Bitcoins, and then we have already mined 20 million Bitcoin out. And then the next question I would like to ask is how many Bitcoins that they are holding in the wallets where those wallets public keys are already out on the network. Because if your public keys of your wallets are already out in the network, then a quantum computer, a powerful enough one, can hack it. And according to the estimation, 6.5 million BTC are stored in wallets where their public keys are already exposed. So which basically means that if some hackers that they have a powerful enough, according to the latest research, if you have like 10,000 physical qubits, you can basically break all those wallets and you can own 6.9 million BTC. So you will be the number one in terms of the number of BTCs that you are holding once you have that powerful quantum computer.